Las Vegas office, and I have Brian Harge with me today. So I'd like to thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you on a little walkthrough on the order processing with the new PassionNet 2.0. So it's you're going to bear with us, you're going to follow, and I know you're all going to just want to grab the mouse out of my hand and do it yourself. And I know you're all dying to get in here, but at this point, we're not ready yet, but we have been making a lot of progress and a lot of strides to get this thing the way we need it to be. So it's a pleasure to spend a couple of hours with you here Saturday morning. I really want to thank you. So here's how this is all going to work for us. Brian is at the webinar controls. What'd you lose, Brian? Brian is at the webinar controls, and I'm going to be navigating the PassionNet 2.0. So, and as I move along, if you have questions, you simply have to write in the chat box question, and we will go and find you. We'll open you up so that you can ask your question. Okay? Is Azure open, Brian?
Yes.
Azure, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you, Azure.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm going to leave you open, and you can obviously ask questions as we go along. But I have trouble just talking to dead air. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll be my person. And
wow,
then,
thanks.
And then Brian is on the controls on the webinar. So like I say, you just have to type in the box question, and we will pause, and Brian will go and open you up and let you answer the question. Okay? So here we are. You're here in front of the screen, and what you're looking at is the main page for PassionNet 2.0. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is order entry, and we're going to talk about two different orders, and this is going to be very topic specific. And please don't be cross at me if you ask a question that isn't on topic. I'm going to sort of table that question for a later conversation, because we really need to get this one handled. So it's time to place an order, and we're going to talk about, when I put this on the navigation bar, you can see that little menu drops down. So I'm going to click on this, and actually what drops down is three different types of orders: ship to myself, drop ship an order to my customer, and my party orders. I'm not going to be talking about my party orders today. I'm going to be talking about ship to myself orders and drop ship to my customer orders. You're going to see me process credit cards. You're going to see what the shopping experience looks like and all of those things. So are you ready to go, Azure?
I'm ready. I can't wait.
Okay. And you can see just fine?
I can see great. Thanks.
Okay. Good. All right. So here we are. I got to get my chair positioned properly here so that I can carry on. I got my Starbucks. That may surprise all of you. Got my Starbucks beside me. Okay, so we're going to ship to myself. Now this is an order type. This is an order function that consultants would use when they want to ship an order to their home address or to another single address. So for example, if Azure, who lives in San Diego, in the San Diego area, if Azure was in New York doing a party, she may want to ship products from New York, or she may want to ship an order instead of shipping it into San Diego. She may want to ship it into a single address in New York. You could also drop ship to end user, or you could also drop ship to members of your downline. So I'm going to click on this, and here you see a sign here that says select the type of order you want to place. Now, right here it says place my order. Now, if you were eligible for an anniversary order, that would appear here. If we were running a Passion Pantry order special, that would appear here. If you were a brand new consultant and you were eligible for a business builder order, that would appear here. So that's why it says select the type of order you want to place. Now, in my case, because this is my account, I'm not eligible for an anniversary order or anything like that, but that's where you would see it. So here I'm going to start my order. Okay, so here I'm at a shopping cart for all intents and purposes. And what it says is, welcome to the shopping cart. Please select one of the following. And there's 3 different ways you can drop items into your shopping cart. The one that I believe that our consultants will use the most is the quick add ordering, because it's simple, it's fast, it's easy to do. But before we do that, I'm just going to show you what the search by product category looks like. So I'm going to click on the romantotherapy category, and basically what you're seeing here is the shopping cart. So at this point, you can add any single item. This would work well for new consultants. They get to see what the product looks like so that they know what it's all about, okay? So they know, they can sort of verify that that's really what they want to do. So you can do it that way. That's one way of doing it. You can also, if you wanted to do a search, okay? So let's say you were looking for pure satisfaction. So what you're going to see after you enter the first 3 letters, within about 3 seconds, you will see this drop-down screen here. And what is in this drop-down is any product name that has PUR in it, or in any description, if you will, about the product that has the letters PUR in it. All drop down, so you get all these things to choose from. So in our case, I'm going to select Pure Satisfaction, and I'm going to say Go. And what you're going to see here now, obviously, and again, for new consultants, this would be very, very helpful, because they can see Pure Satisfaction. There's a picture of it. There's the features and benefits. There's the 6-pack is there if that's what they want to, if they choose to order that as well. So there's a little more information here that helps them out with that. So like I say, I can really see new consultants using it. But what I really think our long-standing consultants will use, and our experienced consultants, is this quick add ordering. And let me show you how that's going to work. You're going to click on that button, and right here, I can start, let's start with the same thing. I'm going to go PUR. Now, this search is just a little more refined. So this is all, pardon me, this shows all the things with all the items that have PUR in the description, okay? So we have a question, Brian?
Yes, Caroline McCullough.
Okay, Caroline McCauley, you open if you'd like to chat. Caroline? Carolyn, are you there?
Oh, she doesn't have audio.
Oh, she doesn't have audio. Okay, so I'm going to just carry on from here, all right? So you enter Pure, and now I'm going to say, okay, I want Pure Satisfaction. I'm going to click on that, and you'll notice this always defaults to a 1, a quantity of 1. So if you're just ordering onesies, you know, it's already there for you, and then you click Add. And what you see, obviously, is the 209 Pure Satisfaction, and there it is. So you're actually seeing 2 prices here. You're seeing what you pay, and you're seeing what your retail commissionable volume is right here.
Yay. Thanks, Joanne.
Okay, so now I'm going to add another item, leaf, and there's the leaf vitality, and I'm going to add 2 of those. Drop it down, and you'll notice the most recent item that I've added to the order is the one that's on top.
Yay.
So you can always, oh, I love having you there, Azure. So you don't have to scroll up and down to verify that you've been entering things into your order correctly, right? So now we're going to add some toning body butter. And I'm going to add a couple of those. And you just carry on adding Revelation. And you add that. If I decide I want to delete something, I just go over and hit the delete button. It's gone. If I want to add the Revelation lubricant, and I go, oh, shucks, that should have been 2. I can go in and amend that, and then I simply update the cart. It's just like a regular shopping experience that you see. Brian, you waved your hands at me. You have a question?
Oh, I don't have a question. I have to slow down a little bit.
Oh, Brian's telling me to slow down, that I'm going too fast. So if anything, that's going to be my #1 problem. And if I'm going too fast for you as well, if you think I'm going too fast, Azure, you tell me to slow down as well, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we carry on. Say we want to have, what else? We're going to add some Pure Instinct to this order. I'm going to add a G-Spot cream. Whoops, where did it go? I think I have to do this.
I think it's a dash.
I got to put the dash. So there you go. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to add the G-Spot cream. Let's add a Lilo toy, shall we? A Lilo Soraya. I'll add that. And I'll add a Tour 2 as well. We'll make 2 of those. So you see how this works. Like I say, it's just your regular shopping cart experience. Brian has a hand up.
So I'm going to open up Pam.
Pam Rochna. How are you, Pam?
Muted. Hi, can you guys hear me?
I sure can, Pam.
Awesome. Well, first, thanks for doing this. My question is, in the old shopping cart, we could only update 1 quantity at a time. Can we update more than 1 at a time?
So what you're here, you're looking at this order, and let me see if I can understand what you're saying. Let me just say, okay, I want 3 here. I want 2 here. I want 2 here. Is that what you're meaning?
Yes, I am.
And then I want to update them all.
Woohoo!
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have another question, Brian. Turn Pam off and turn.
Well, Brandy Martin has a comment. I love that a couple letters brings up the product and it makes fast and easy ordering.
Yeah. Okay. Brandy Martin likes that we have the quick search, if you will.
I'm going to open up Aubrey Lancaster.
Okay, Aubrey Lancaster, you're there, are you? Hello, Aubrey?
Oh, no audio. So here's her comment.
Oh,
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
I love this, and this seems much easier. But what about seeing the shipping rates as we add items to the order?
Okay, well, what you're going to do, and I'm going to show you shipping down the track. So just hang in there, Aubrey, and hang on to that question, okay?
Enjoy reading says statement. Love seeing our cost and retail value at the same time. Very easy.
Okay, great. Thank you, Joy. All right. So here we are. Let's just pretend this is the order. We're not going to add any more to it. So you've got a subtotal here. You've got your commissionable retail volume here. So next, you're going to hit continue. And this is me, okay? This is my billing address. This is my shipping address. And this is already, it saves all of my information, okay? Now, say this order, I want to have this shipped to my office, not to my home. So I'm just going to move my billing address right over to my shipping address by clicking right there, and it switches it so that I can, for this order in particular, I am just going to have it shipped to my office instead, okay? So now I'm going to hit continue. Slow. I think it's slow because we're doing a webinar. It's not normally that slow. Okay, so here you go. Here's our order. And what you're seeing here, right here, this price is your price. That's what you're paying for each one of these items. Down here in the total screen, you're seeing retail commissionable volume, $1241.50, buying discount, which of course is your retail profit on this order, of $496.60, subtotal, non-commissionable. Oh, I'll show you what that looks like. I didn't add any catalogs to this order, but I will next time. And then here's the shipping. So I want to look at my shipping, and this is 2-day shipping, and I want to send this ground. See how that changed that? There's my retail sales tax, see there? And there's, I don't have a credit balance. But if I want to go back in and add those orders, or add those catalogs, right, Brian? I go back to here.
Yep.
So I can just, I'm here and I'm looking at my order and, oh my gosh. So
Cool.
I'm just going to go back there. And I'm going to click here.
No, you can use a quick ad.
I'm just going to go here, okay, to my quick ad. Here's my order again. See that? So I want to add my catalogs. They're going to drop down, and we're going to add 50 catalogs on there. Okay, so because I forgot those. Now you'll see those catalogs show right here. Because they're non-commissionable, there's nothing here in your retail commissionable volume, right? So I'm going to press continue. I'm going to go continue again. I'm still in the same order. So now when you look at the order totals here, you got your retail, your buying discount, your subtotal. Here's your non-commissionable right there. My shipping, I want my shipping to be, we're going to have this so that the shipping will always default to ground, okay?
I was just going to ask you that. Thank you.
Yeah, because we think that should be that would be more appropriate, okay? So there's the ground shipping, and then the retail sales tax because I live here in Nevada, and then I can write notes on here. So let's say this is Brian's party, okay? I can label it, or I can do whatever I want on there. Those are my private notes.
Now, do the customers see that? Like if you were sending this to a customer, I could put on there, "Thank you for coming to Susie's party. I appreciate your order."
Yes, you could. Even though
Okay.
you're not sending your customers, invoices. You're sending them packing slips. But when you put a comment on it, it will appear.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, but we'll cover that when we're doing drop shipping orders to our customers. Okay.
Okay.
You're jumping ahead there, Azure.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so now I'm going to hit continue. Okay, so now this is for me to review and make a payment, okay? So here's my order, and I'm going to review it and make sure that I'm happy with it. My billing address, my ship to address, here's all the stuff that I want. Here's my invoice notes. Here's my retail volume. All of that's happening. I've got this order all going on here. See, it's listed here in my recent orders. It's all here. Now, question, Brian?
This is from Jane Cox.
Jane Cox?
Hello, hi.
Hi, Jane.
I know you mentioned that it's going to default to the shipping, the lowest shipping. But if you choose Express and then have to go back and make a change, are you going to have it so that it saves your shipping option, or are you going to have to remember to change that shipping again?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to, I would confirm it. You're probably going to have to change it again.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I'm at this point in my ordering process, and again, I go, oh gosh, I forgot to put order forms on here, I can still do that because I have not started the payment, right? So I could go back to here, to the add products here. I could just click on here, add on order forms, go back through again until I come to my payment confirmation screen. Does that make sense to you?
It does, thanks.
Okay, so now it's time for me to make a payment. Now remember, this is an order coming to me, okay? So this is just a product that I'm having shipped to my house. So I'm going to say make a payment. And here it pops up my billing information, all of my credit card information, the amount that I owe. I'm going to pay it with my credit card. It's my Visa. It saves my number. It saves my expiration date and all that. Saves my ship to address. Everything is saved here. This is my billing address, pardon me. Everything is saved here. The only thing I'm going to have to do is enter my CVV, and you all know what that is, okay? So then I'm going to hit process. And here's what you're going to see. First of all, you're going to see your transaction was approved. So you know, bingo, that's taken care of. In the middle here is a pop-up screen. And this pop-up screen says, would you like to add another payment to this order? Now, as much as I would like those two boxes to say yes or no, unfortunately, I couldn't get that programmed. We couldn't get that programmed that way. So what it says here is click OK for yes, click cancel for no. Do you see what that is saying there? Yes, Brian has his hand up.
I'm going to open up Beverly Green.
Bev Green, how are you, Beverly?
I'm fine, but I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, the question is, before you got into the payment, I didn't see where you can just save the order to come back later.
Okay, I'll show you. We're going to do more than one, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Beverly. So would you like to add another payment to this order? Click OK for yes. Click cancel for no.
Thank you.
On this
I was just going to say, sorry, Joanne, thank you for writing that actually on there. It makes it easy for people to know which button they're supposed to click. So thanks for adding that.
Okay. So on this particular one, I'm just going to say cancel for no because I don't want to, this is my order. So then a pop-up says, would you like to finalize this order? Click OK for yes, click cancel for no, and I'm going to say OK. And then it's going to ask you one more time, this action will prevent more payments from being added to the selected order. Would you like to submit your order? And you always want to say yes. Okay? So I have submitted my order. There it goes. And you actually saw it go away, right? So
right.
What I brought you here is my recent orders. So here's my recent orders. Here was my order for $941.30. The balance due is nothing. I can click here. and I can see a picture. Here's my invoice. I can see everything here. I can print this invoice if that's what I want to do. I'm all good to go, right?
Right.
Okay? So there's a completed order that has been shipped to me. Pretty simple?
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. Okay. So that one is that's just your very straightforward placing an order, an inventory order, or if you ship parties to yourself and then ship hostesses or deliver to your party guests or whatever you do, that's the order type you would use. Yes, Brian's got his hand up.
Jennifer Smith has a question.
Jennifer Smith.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Quick question on this. Will we be able to use multiple customer credit cards on a single order? I know that that was an issue with the first rollout of
Yes, you will. You absolutely will, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. All right. So I'm going back here. I want to place an order. I'm going to ship it to myself. Oh, Brian says I have another question.
From Robin Rosenberg.
Robin, you're open.
I'm curious on the recent orders page, can we just get another column that has the retail commissionable volume instead, as well as the amount you paid? So at a glance, you know which, retail.
Well, on the recent order page, no, because actually I can't do it there, but we do have it on an order listing page.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I'll show you what that is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to place my order. Now, you're all long-standing consultants, so we're all going to use the quick add ordering, okay? And we're going to go with Pure Satisfaction, and I'm going to add 2 of those. And we're going to add a leaf. And I'm going to add, because as Jane Cox says, bitches love leaves, right, Jane? So we're going to add that. And let me see, what else do we want to add? We want to add a revelation. And we want to add a slick stick this time. And we're even going to spell it right. And we're going to add a Pure Instinct. I'm going to add a 6-pack of that. Toning Body Butter. Okay. And a couple of Lilos. So you're all familiar with the shopping experience, okay? And this shopping cart is the same shopping cart that you're going to use throughout this whole system. So the shopping experience always stays the same. So here we are here. We have a price. That's what you pay. Here's your retail commissionable volume. That's what you're going to get. What's going to appear on your bonus check and you're going to get paid on. So I'm going to go here, and here's my information, okay? And then I'm going to go here, and I'm looking at my order, and yep, I like this order. And this is Azure's party. So thank you, Azure.
Hey, thanks for the G-Spot party.
And we've got, here we go, we're going to look at all of this. There it is down in your recent orders, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to, oh, Brian, you got a question?
What to save order?
Huh?
Oh, if I don't want to pay for this order, what can I do?
If you don't want to pay for this order, you don't have to do anything. You can just walk away. You can leave it in your system like a saved order. So shall I do that?
Yeah, click on like the main page or something.
So, okay, so you want me to click on the main page, okay? Now you want me to go back to into my order page. And I'm going to have to go to my reports, aren't I, Brian? So I'm going to go down, and I can't remember, in here, see, whoops. And I'm going to go here because I'm going into my history, right? And then here's my order. Ta-da! Okay? So I can print that, right? I've got too many open here, Brian. Okay. Now, this is where I would make a payment for this order. I'm going to go from my recent orders screen here, okay?
I like that it still says the balance due, so you know it hasn't been paid yet.
That's right. So I'm going to press make a payment. Now, here, obviously my information is coming up here, and I'm going to, I can't put the whole thing on my credit card, so I'm going to put $600 on my credit card, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I got $600 here. Now, would you like to add another credit card payment to this order? Click OK for yes. I'm going to say OK. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to go back to, and see, all this is empty?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, all this is empty. So I still owe $182 on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a customer credit card or whatever, and I want to process this for $250.
Okay.
It's a Visa, and I'm going to put this on David's credit card. Okay?
Good idea.
Yeah, I thought so. So I put in his credit card number, okay? I put in his CVV. His address is 731 Pilot Road. I'm just entering this. And this is going to be in Nevada. See, this is all, pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to hit process, and this little thing pops up here for me, and it says, this action will result in an overpayment in the amount of $68. Are you sure you want to proceed? And I'm going to say, okay. Yeah, I want to proceed. Okay, I'm going to say click, yes. And my transaction has been approved, and now I can pop up here and I can say, would you like to add another payment to this order? And I could add more payments. Let's say I want to say okay, and this time I'm going to add $100, and the name on this card is Brian Harge. Okay, and I'm going to put in Brian's address, or Brian's card number, his CVV. Brian lives at 31 Pilot Road. We have a lot of people who live there. Suite A, Las Vegas. Okay, so I'm going to go here, process. Okay, now this is going to say this action will result in an overpayment in the amount of $100. Are you sure you want to proceed? And I'm going to say yes. So I know, and that transaction's been approved. So to answer the question that was asked, how do we process our customer credit cards, this would be you can take overpayments this way, okay? So now I'm going to say, would you like to add another payment? And I'm going to say no.
Is there a limit to how many cards you can add to one order?
No.
Okay, great.
There's no limit. Of course, credit card processing fees apply. You know that.
Right. Sure.
Okay. So now I'm going to say, would you like to finalize the order? Click yes for OK. This action will prevent you. Do you still want to submit your order? Okay. And I know that screen, you know, we have those two prompts in there, and the second one almost looks like it's redundant, but we'll leave it there, and if at some point down the track we just think, you know, get rid of that, we can probably get rid of that one, okay? So there you've seen what I've done. Now you want to know where your money went, where those overpayments went. Is that a good question?
Yeah, where's my money?
Where's your money? Okay, before I answer that, Brian has a question.
Question from Stanzo
Minju?
Hi, Joanne. I just wanted to know, is it possible to have a default note or our contact information for our customers on the order?
Ooh, I like that.
What do you mean?
When we're placing an order, we can write a note, like I write a note to each one of my customers on their order, and of course my contact information. And it would be nice if I don't have to keep repeatedly writing it, if it was just a default.
Yeah, I don't know that we can do that at this point, but obviously you know you could copy and paste something off your desktop every time.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
It would be nice if it could be added, though.
Yeah, it would be lovely if it could be added. I just don't want to say, yes, I can do that if I don't know, because I don't know.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you check into it?
Lovely. Another question?
Open up Robin.
Robin Rosas Renner. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Joanne. Processing fees apply after how many cards? I mean, say if I want to split the order on 2 of my cards, am I paying processing fees on my own cards?
You get your first 2.
First 2. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Just the way it is now. Okay, so now Azure said, where's my money? Right?
That's right.
Now I'm going to, the money, the overpayments always go to your e-wallet. So you're going to go to Reports, and you're going to go to e-wallet activity, and here's what you're going to see here. Here is the overpayment for the order, and this is this is a report showing you all the activity in my e-wallet. I had $665.23 in my e-wallet. This transaction put another $168 into my e-wallet. I now have $833.23 in my e-wallet, and that $168 came from an overpayment for order number, and there's your order number. Pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
You know, so there it is. So you can see that there's where your money went. So now you want to go and say, well, just hang on a minute. Let me go and look in my e-wallet. So you're going to click on your e-wallet, and here's your current balance, $833.23. And this is where you can decide, okay, what am I going to do with my e-wallet? I want to use that money to pay for some orders. Or you can say, I want to put this money on my commission statement. Or you can say, I want to put part of it on my commission statement, you know, the percent, like here, if I say I want to go from my e-wallet to my commission, and then you'll see here I can say how much I want to put on my commission statement, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to, you know, you can enter that amount. Or you can say, I want a credit I want to use this money on another order. So I'm going to move it into my credit balance here, and I'm going to take $300 and move it to my credit balance, okay? And I'm just going to say submit. You can get a little pop-up here that says your transaction is complete. You took money from your e-wallet so that you can use it on your credit balance, and you moved $300. Make sense?
It does.
Okay, so now I want to go back over here, and I'm going to look at my e-wallet activity. And you see that? Here we go. It was transferred out. I transferred out $300. I had $833.23. Transferred out $300. I now have $533. And here it says, transfer out of funds from e-wallet account. Previous balance was this. New balance is that. The transaction amount is this. And this is who got it. It went to me. That's my number. Okay?
Okay.
That's all. So that's where your money went, Azure.
Great.
Okay.
I have a question about, and maybe I'm jumping ahead. I'm sure you'll actually cover it. So go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So let's look at how we would use that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start an order. I'm going to go to my quick add. This part you guys are going to get tired of seeing, but we always have to do this. I'm going to put in a pure satisfaction. I got to keep creating orders, right? I'll get 6 of those to go with my 6 pure satisfactions, and I'll get flick, stick, and I'll get 6 of those because I'm making up these little sets, okay? And I need some catalogs. And I need some you can have it alls. And that's going to be my order, okay? So again, you see the price and the retail price right here, okay? So this is a $1,547 retail order. I'm going to click continue. Okay, there's all of my information populated here. Continue. Here is my order. I'm going to change my shipping to ground. Okay. And that changed it right there. See that? This is going to be an inventory order for me. So you can see all of this information popping along here. Okay. So now I'm going to say continue. And I want to make a payment on this order, okay? I owe this much money. So I'm going to click here, make a payment. Now remember, we have some credit balances, right? So I owe $1,136.83, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to use my credit balances. And here's my credit balances. This is what I have sitting in my credit balance account. So I'm going to say I want to use that 300 one. And then I'm going to say I only want to use $50 of this one.
Cool.
Okay? So I'm using $350. And see here, it dropped the balance I owe. Got it?
Got it.
So I'm going to hit process. Now, would you like to add another payment to this order? And I'm going to say, okay. And now I'm going to go to my credit card. And I'm going to, and I can just, if I go up here, I'm going to go fill it to my consultant information. Boom, 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 boom. There it all is.
Yay.
Okay. And I'm going to hit process, okay? So I'm just going to pay the full amount.
We're a little
Okay.
lagging behind you.
Okay, we're behind. Okay, are we okay? Now, would you like to add another payment? On this one, I'm going to say no. Would you like to finalize this order? I'm going to say yes. And I'm going. Do you want to submit your order? I'm going to say yes. Okay. Now I'm going to look at my invoice, and here's what you're going to see. Okay. Here's my order, what I paid for it. There's the retail, all of that. And here's how I paid for this order. I used $350 worth of credit balances, and then I put $786.83 on my credit card. There's my last 4 numbers of the credit card that I used to process the order.
I like that. That makes it easy for figuring out which credit card you put it on if you have to go back in for whatever reason. That's cool.
That's
Thanks.
exactly right. So it's all there. It's all, boom, right there. Okay? So are there any questions? No? So is there a scenario you'd like me to do, Azure?
Well, when you when you paid for the order and the money went into your e-wallet, and maybe I'm jumping ahead into the e-wallet a little bit, but I saw in the e-wallet it said something about putting your money to you could send your money to different places, like your
Okay.
customer or a consultant in your downline. Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure. So if you look at your screen, there's a picture of your e-wallet there, right?
Yeah.
And I have $533.23 sitting in my e-wallet.
Right.
Now, I can transfer money from my e-wallet to myself. Sorry, you can't see me pointing at the screen, can you?
Yeah, we
okay.
can.
I can send it to I can give it to myself.
Uh-huh.
I could give it to a customer, and I'm not sure what a scenario that you'd want to give cash to your customer for, other than if you were going to refund her, or you were going to run a promotion that you place a $100 order and I'll give you $10 back towards your next order. I don't know. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So it would be there. Or you can you can send it to a consultant in your downline. So again, say you were running a promotion and you said to your the people in your downline, anybody who places a $10,000 or who has $10,000 in retail sales, I'm going to give you $100 towards your next bonus check or towards your next order. You could do that here.
Okay. Now I have another question. Let's say you don't. You take your money that's in your e-wallet right now. You have $533 left, and you can either take the money and use it to apply it to an order, or you can add it to your bonus check. Now, what if you just leave it sitting in your e-wallet so it won't get added to either at that point? Correct?
Yes. Yes, you can. And girls who, this could work very well for girls who want to, and you didn't hear this from me, girls who want to have a little bit of money tucked away without their husband knowing it.
Or, they could save that money for convention, for instance.
Or most importantly, they could leave $100 a month in there for convention.
Okay, got it. Now, so at the end of the month, so it doesn't automatically add it to your bonus check. So if people get their bonus check and they're like, "Where's my money?" then you can tell them, "Well, it's still in your e-wallet."
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And thank you for asking those questions. That's a very good clarification of it, Azure. The money will stay in your e-wallet until you tell it to go somewhere else.
Okay, now what about what if somebody ends up quitting passion parties and that money's in their e-wallet? Would it automatically go out in their last bonus check, or what happens to it?
No, they have to move it out.
Okay, so what if they're no longer a consultant anymore and they can't go into their e-wallet?
Well, at that point, they would have to contact consultant services or,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
So if we know somebody's rolling out, then we need to tell them make sure you go into your e-wallet and make sure that money gets applied to your commission statement.
Yes. And then there's also another program which we'll be implementing that I haven't shared with all of you. I have shared it with the $1 Million Club, and I have shared it with the Executive Director Council members as far as compressed consultants. We're actually going to roll them into VIP customers. And I'll that's all I'm going to tell you right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a soft, graceful landing place for those former consultants, and you have to have been a consultant in order to be a VIP customer. But I believe, and we all believe, that that former consultants are a huge warm market, and if we continue marketing to them, they will continue to use our products. So that's something that's coming down the track, and I'm not going to go into any more details on that right now, okay? But in that case, that money would go there. Okay.
Very cool. Thanks.
Go ahead. Yes, Brian's got his hand up.
I just opened up Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Nebo, how are you? Elizabeth, can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear Elizabeth.
Joanne, I actually had Joy send a question to me. She said she couldn't get through or whatever, but she wanted to know.
Okay.
Is she on? I'm sorry.
I'll open her up.
Okay, we'll open her up, okay?
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Elizabeth's question was,
now
we have UPS tracking information on our order listing. Will that be there as well in the new system on the same page with the invoice?
That shows on their order listing, doesn't it, Brian? So the information is, and I'm going to show you what your order listing looks like by the time we've entered all these orders. Okay, Elizabeth? So just hang tough for a minute, okay?
I just opened up Joy.
Okay, Joy, you're open. You can ask your question, doll.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the customer reimbursement, or whatever you want to call it, that could be when we're reimbursing for defective shipping cost. So how would we take money from our e-wallet to put it over to the customer, and how would they get that?
Okay, Brian, what did she say? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Maybe customer cash can be used, transferring money out of your e-wallet to a customer could be used for reimbursing the shipping on a defective item.
Oh, sure. Like there's a lot of different, you guys, that's where you guys will learn to use it for whatever works for you guys.
Okay.
And that's the beauty of that. You can, or say you want to pay I think you just mentioned, your new consultant, she places her order and then she orders her passion pack and then you want to give her back her shipping. You could do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Brian has another question.
This is from Beth Greer.
Who?
Beth Greer.
Beth, are you there, doll?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Could you just speak up just a little bit?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
I noticed when you were doing the new order, and I don't recall exactly where it is, but you were going through the screens, and where you had originally chosen the copy my billing address, when you went back in, it was still sitting there as that address rather than reverting to your home address?
Yes. Yes, so and that's there. When I go out of the system and I come back in, then it changes it back.
Oh, okay.
It's because I'm not getting out of the system.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So okay, thank you, Beth.
Joanne, Tracy Overett had a really good question. She wanted to know when we need to transfer the money, what date do we need to transfer the money out of the e-wallet in order for it to go onto our bonus checks?
Well, she's right. That's a really good question, and I don't have an answer.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know. Brian, what do you think? Or is that something that we're going to have to get back to them on?
We'll have to get back to them.
Yeah, we're going to have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
It's probably going to have to be before the month end.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think that Brian, the wheels are rolling around in Brian's head right now, and he thinks that makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Just open up Vonna Robbins.
Okay, Vonna Robbins, congratulations, new executive director.
Well, thank you, Miss Joanne. I got your letter. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, I was just going to ask, when we give money back to our customers for whatever reason, how do they get that? Does it come in a check to them, or?
No, because every customer has an account. And I'm going to show you how that's going to work, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, good question. I've got another question.
This is from Vicki Gower, and I'm going to open her up right
now. Oh, okay, Miss Vicki Gower. This is Vicki with an I. Are you there, Vic?
Hi, sorry.
Okay, go.
You can hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, good. Sorry, I've got my kids everywhere, but I just wanted to ask you about the pre-auth system. I have to step away for a second. Are we still going to be able to pre-auth?
No.
Okay. So the square is the way to go. We want to encourage our girls to get the square for
yes,
sure.
Yes, and I'm going to show you if you want to do that. But you can put in overpayments on your orders. You saw how I did that.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So you can put in, and in essence, that's a way of pre-authorizing. You know, it's not pre-authorizing, but you're running the credit cards, okay?
Okay, sounds perfect.
Do it
Thanks.
that way. Or, of course, you can use a third-party credit card processor such as Square.
Excellent.
Okay?
Good. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're all out. We're done. Now, Azure, is there a scenario you'd like to see? And make it easy, because I'm just learning just like you guys.
Okay. I'm trying to think what we haven't seen.
Or should we just go to drop shipping to our customers?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's go to drop ship to your customers, okay? So, okay, well, let me just, okay. So here you go. Here was ship to myself. Now I want to drop ship to my customer. And the reason that you want to use this function when you're drop shipping to your customer is when you set this, all this information will be saved to your BBS, which is your business building system, which is your contact management system. So if I used this function to place an order, and I just went in and changed the ship to address, say I had the bill, I changed all of that, none of that information would be saved. So you want to drop ship to your, you want to drop ship an order to my customer. So here we are, and here's a couple of different things, different scenarios that we have. You're presented with this screen. So you're either going to create a new customer, or you're going to go and find an existing customer. So we're going to do both right here, okay? So first of all, I'm going to create a new customer. And my new customer's name is, I'm running out of names. My new customer's name is going to be, I've got her in there. I'm trying to think of somebody I don't have in there. I'm going to have...
Robin Rose's Renner.
No, Robin's in my system.
Oh.
So, yeah, because everybody in the whole company is in my system.
Halle Berry.
Oh. Yeah, just in case you decide you want to sneak away from me. So I'm going to, we're going to have Aqua is her first name. Her last name is Harvey. And Aqua lives at 731 Pilot Road, Suite A, in Las Vegas, in the United States, in Nevada. Okay? So this is where I've put in Aqua's billing information. So this billing information is the same. Her billing information and her shipping address are one and the same. Okay? So I simply click here and boom, there it all is. Then I have here, this is Aqua. So Aqua's email address I've entered that in there. I'm going to put in her phone number.
You didn't tab.
Oh, I didn't tab. I'm sorry. Okay. There's her, and so her email address becomes her account username. She doesn't have to remember an account number. Her email address becomes her account username. Yes, Brian. Have a question?
Unmuted.
Hi, it's Pam. Just a quick question. Right now, I'm not sure if it's just my computer. I know sometimes it doesn't and sometimes it doesn't. Is there any autofill fields that can happen for, like, specifically for the city and postal code? So as you start to type LAS, Las Vegas automatically pops up because you've entered it before?
No, that does not happen.
Or like on the current system, Joanne, if you just type in, I just type in the zip code and city and state.
I don't know if that's going to happen or not, Brian. I don't have an answer for you on that one, Pam. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I haven't tried to tell you what, let me try it. But I don't think the address verification is in here, because that's an address verification thing. And I know we have address verification software attached to this, but I don't know that that's going to happen. I can't answer you. Sorry, Pam.
Okay, that's fine. It's just, it is definitely a convenience when you're typing customers over and over again if they're from the same city that it auto fills. So something to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now you also, remember we're creating a new customer. So your customer's username is her address, and you are going to give her a password. And this is going to be a training issue for all of you ladies. First of all, the password that you're assigning is temporary. The customer can go in and change it any old time she wants, usually the first time she logs in. But the password here, the system that I would use is I would use the first name and the first letter of the surname. That's what I would use. So in Aqua's case, her password would be Aqua H. Now you may want to use the same one. You may want to use, a password, Joanne123. As you set up every customer, that's their password, and then you tell them, make sure when you log in that you change your password. But I recommend that you use the same password every time so it becomes a no-brainer. So if a customer calls you and says, oh my gosh, what's my password? And you can say to them, have you ever gone on? No. Okay, well then it would be your first name and the first letter of your surname. So it would just be, it creates a little system in your own head for yourself. Brian, you have a question.
I open up Beth.
Beth?
Hey, Joanne. Is there a minimum and or a maximum for the passwords, and is it case sensitive?
I don't know, Brian. Is it case sensitive? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't believe it is case sensitive, and I don't believe that there's a minimum or a maximum number of characters.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Another question? This is great, you guys. I just can't tell you how this is just wonderful.
Carolyn Stewart raised her hand.
Who?
Carolyn Stewart.
Oh, Carolyn Stewart. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Carolyn, speak to me, please. Carolyn's not, I don't know if Carolyn can't hear me. You're open, you can speak, Carolyn. Oh, she's typing?
I don't know. So I'm going to move on to Stacy Wilson.
Stacy? Okay, Stacy, we're opening you now. If you'd have a question, please.
Yes. Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, will the customer receive an email with their username and password once you create it?
Actually, I think the way we're going to design it is that initially they'll receive their username and they'll be able to log in. They'll receive a link where they'll be able to log in and change their password immediately.
But they will get that via email. So yes, so the short answer to your question is yes, they will get a confirmation email with their name and a link, and then they can change their password.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That'll be like an autoresponder, Stace. Any other questions, B?
I just opened up Stephanie.
Stephanie, hi. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? This is great. I'm so excited to see everything.
Good. Okay,
yes,
so what's your question?
Really, it's really just a comment, and it was something that was said before. It's about the address verification. If it is possible, because I know you said you weren't exactly sure. I know there have been a couple of times where ladies get a little sloppy, they get a little drunk, their handwriting kind of ends up looking like mine. I think I understand it to be one way. I enter it in, and that address verification flags it for me and says, this is not a valid address, and I'm able to then go back and check with my customer. Without having something like that, I'm just a little bit concerned about, you know, what packages may end up getting lost, because if we don't have perfect penmanship, sometimes we can misread addresses.
Yeah, we know for a fact that there is an address verification in there.
Oh, okay.
So that will definitely happen.
There will be a check at some point then.
So there will be an address verification, if you will, or validation.
Okay, it's just not going to. It's just not going to automatically populate like the town and state if we just put in the zip code, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We have another question?
Carolyn Stewart's question was, what if a customer doesn't give us an email address?
Yeah, what if a customer doesn't give an email address? That's a problem, and that's a problem that we're trying to, we're coming up with a solution to that question. As hard it is to believe that people don't have, but not everybody wants to give away their email addresses, so, you know, I hear what you're saying. So we do have to come up with an alternative on that one, Carolyn, and we will let you know, okay?
Joanne, I have a question. Do we actually have to have this password, customer password scenario? Or, yeah. And will people be able to order as just a guest and not have to get a email password scenario?
The problem is then they're not attached to you.
I see.
This is how we connect the customer to you. Because if they're just a guest, they can go on and they'll land on any old website and you will not necessarily get that order. And you don't want that.
Right. But what if they put in your direct URL?
Yeah, they'll land on your website.
Right. And then what if they land on my website and place an order, and then that's fine, and then if they come back, they can come back to my order, or they can come back to somebody else's order or whatever. But I think the password situation can be a real problem for a lot of people. Is there a guest? Is there a way to be a guest, or they can only have a password scenario?
At this point, I'm not going to go into going through all of the replicating website, because all of that is still in the final stages of design.
Okay.
So, and I don't know all the answers to all your questions regarding the replicating website.
Okay.
So I can't, I don't want to give out information that possibly is not correct.
Okay, thanks for that.
Okay.
I have a number of different questions, so.
Okay, and Brian has a number of questions. Go, Brian.
Kim Sloan.
Kim Sloan. Kim, are you there?
Hi, yeah. I was just wondering
Kim, I'm
if...
sorry I can't hear you. You need to speak up or go closer to the mic.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I sure can.
Okay, I was just wondering if you could make the account information an option, because there's a rare occasion where customers attend other parties and do place orders through other consultants, so forcing them to be attached to a certain consultant, is that going to pose a problem when we go to place orders from parties that maybe the customer's been at another party?
No, a customer can be your customer, my customer, Aqua's customer. It can be nobody owns customers, Kim.
Okay, I was just wondering because you were just saying that that customer would be associated to you as a consultant. So
yeah. Okay. Brian.
I'm gonna open up
Pam Rochna. Okay, Pam.
I actually have. Hello. So my first question is, I keep seeing on this customer information, and I think I saw it on the other screens as well, where it says zip lookup right next to postal code. Is that if we don't know their zip code, we can click on it, or what is that feature? That's the first question, and then I have a second one after that.
Okay, see, I've got my little cursor there, and you can. We're going to have everything. This software doesn't show all the hyperlinks the way the hyperlinks should look. So I'm going to have. We're having that
they
all
pop
changed.
up.
So, and I don't know that this is connected, so I don't want to click on it. It might go somewhere weird. Yeah, you could do a zip lookup here.
Okay, so it'll be connected to like a postal service website or something like that to do a search.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then my second question is, and I just want to make sure that I'm not confused because it kind of follows the last question that was asked. So, oops, sorry. So if I have a customer and then I do a party and my hostess becomes a consultant, that customer is their friend and then becomes their customer. So if I've entered their order with a username and password, again, I just want to confirm what your answer was, which is any consultant can sell to the same person, but they will still have a username and password, and it will be the same one. So if I start to enter their information into the system, but they're already in the system, am I assigning them a new password or?
Yes, you are.
So what if Aqua H has already been used by 2 other consultants for this customer?
Again, I think before I can give you a definitive answer on that, I need to go through all of that on the replicating website, and I don't want to give you improper information. We will do another call on the replicating website, okay?
Okay, perfect. I just know that I think it is a concern that we're probably all going to have about how many passwords somebody has. So, okay, thank you.
Thanks, Pam. Okay, so Brian, can I go?
We'll answer 3 more questions.
We'll answer 3 more questions.
So, Brandy Martin, I've opened up Brandy.
Okay, Brandy, go ahead, Brandy Martin. Brandy Martin, are you there? Can you speak?
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. It was kind of following along the same question that was just answered. So I was just worried about the user and passwords being different per each person that uses that same customer. So it's all good.
Okay, thanks, Brandy.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Who's next?
Carolyn McCauley.
Carolyn McCauley, you're there? Carolyn? Oh. Carolyn, I can sort of hear you. Or maybe it's Azure I can hear. I'm sorry, Carolyn, we're not hearing.
A number of different questions. I'm not sure if the mic's working. I'm going to open up Aubrey.
Okay, Aubrey, go ahead.
Hey, so I did have one concern about something that came up here. Do you want feedback now, or would you like that in another form?
Why don't you send that to me via email?
Okay.
Thanks, Aubrey. Okay, So now I'm going to move on. I've set up a new customer here, correct? So I'm going to hit next. Oh, it says my email is not valid. Okay.
Huh.
Joanne.harvey@yahoo. What's not valid about it?
Maybe it's a comma between Aqua and Harvey. I don't know.
Oh, it's a comma, not a period. There. So you know you get alerted if you use an improper number there, okay? Or email address. Okay, so I'm going to drop ship this order to my customer, to Aqua, and I'm going to use a quick ad, and I'm going to send her a Soroya, and I'm going to send her a Pure Satisfaction, and I'm going to send her a Revelation. Okay, now remember, this is a customer order. So what you're seeing here is both the prices are the same because these are the retail, this is the retail, okay? So Aqua, thank you very much. Aqua placed an order with me for $254 retail. Okay, so now I'm going to say continue. Here's my billing address, here's my ship to address, here's all the information that I'm going to do at this point. Here is my continue button and what I have here. Now, you need to pay very close attention to what I'm going to show you here, okay? We can choose our shipping, and we're going to, okay, this is ground, so that's good. Now, you'll see here, this has a retail CV of $254. Your retail profit discount on this order is $101.60. I'm not using any credits or anything, and what I owe is $152.40. My shipping is $19.02, and the sales tax is $20.57, and I owe a total of $191.99. Now, if I'm using a third-party credit card, this is what I would want, because I've already got the money in my bank account, and I would want to put this on my own credit card. So I want to pay the net amount. If I was going to use Aqua's credit card, I'm going to click this button, and now I'm going to charge Aqua's credit card the $293.59. Do you see how that worked?
Definitely.
Okay? So this is a very important button.
I have a question. What if you decided that, let's say Aqua was a former hostess and you wanted to give her 20% off of one item, so you wanted to take that off of the Lilo Soraya, but you still wanted to charge her credit card, but you wanted to take 20% off. Then what?
That would be a coupon that you would have to use. So, and I'm going to show you how that works in a minute, okay?
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay?
Sounds
so,
great.
you see how that works?
Very cool.
So, and it will depend on which credit card. So here I'm going to say, thank you for your order, Aqua. See you at Allison's party next month. Now, like I said, this is I'm typing this on an invoice. We don't send invoices. We send
packing slips.
Packing slips. But that little note will appear on the packing slip. Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to charge Aqua's card here, and I'm going to say continue, and I can see Aqua's order. Okay. Here's everything I'm seeing. Okay. So now I want to say make a payment. So what I want to say at the top here is the customer billing information. And you'll see the customer, because Aqua's living at the same address as me,
Cool.
this would show her address, okay?
That you typed in already under shipping when you first opened the order.
Yes, when I first set up her as a customer. I'll show you another one in a minute. Now I'm going to, this is a Visa, I'm going to enter Aqua's number. Oops. I'm going to say the name on the card is Aqua Harvey. I'm going to put in Aqua's number. Okay. And this is everything is filled in, and I'm going to charge her the full amount because I am not using a third-party credit card. So I'm going to hit process. Okay, the transaction was approved. Would you like to add another payment to this order? I'm going to say no. Would you like to finalize this order? I'm going to say yes. Would you like to submit this order? I'm going to say yes. Excuse me. Okay, so you can see where in my recent customer order listing, there's Aqua Harvey. I can go and look at the order. I can print the order. I can do whatever I want. I want to see where my money went. Where's my money? So again, I'm going to go back to my e-wallet and look at the transaction, my e-wallet activity. Here was some retail profit. I was the one who entered it. The beginning balance, it was $101.60. My new balance, and it says retail profit for order number da-da. Okay, so you know, you confirm there's your profit. You want to go to your e-wallet, and yep, it's there. I'm cool, and you don't have to. You can just leave it. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to set up another credit balance to apply to an order here, because I want to use that in a minute. Okay, so did you see how I just drop shipped that order to my new customer, Aqua? I set her up, I processed her order, and I shipped to, and away it went to the warehouse. Yes.
I have a question from Pam. She goes.
Go ahead, Pam.
Hi, Joanne. It's Pam. It's Pam again. This is awesome, by the way, and I think it's so great that you're letting us be involved in this because there are so many different scenarios. So you made me think of when you were processing that payment that let's say they order a bunch of items, and I have 3 on hand in my inventory. So I give them to them at the party, but I only need to ship to them 2 items. So on their order, it only has 2 items. Let's say for $200. But I actually need to charge their credit card $300. Am I able to, on that payment screen, change the default amount to a higher amount?
Oh, absolutely. Shall we do that? Oh, absolutely. Shall we do that?
I think I understand it, but if you want to do it, I think it would be a great example.
Okay, absolutely, we can do that. You can, but remember, you gave your customer at the party an invoice, right? You gave her her order form. So she knows she got those 3 things, and she knows she's going to get 2 more. So when you order the 2 more, there's going to be a packing slip in there with those 2 more items on it, right?
Unmuted.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. So okay, let's go. I'm going to drop ship to my customer. Ryan, may I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. So right now I'm going to look for my customer. I'm going to send this to somebody I know. It's an existing customer. I'm going to send this to Allison Harvey. And here's Allison. See, that automatically popped in. Here's Allison's billing address, and she's in Canada. And here's her, her billing address. Here's her shipping address. All of her information is there. I can go and have a look, and I can see, okay, what has Allison ordered in past? I can look at all of her past orders there, right? You can use your back button on this, just in case you didn't know that, okay? So I can use my back button. You can't do that on our existing system. And it's taken me forever to learn not to use it, so now I have to learn that I can use it, and that's why I keep forgetting. Okay, so now I'm going to say next. I'm going to do the quick add to the order, and we're going to go and remember these are customer orders, right? So this is an order, $264. And you'll notice she lives in Canada. So see how it said CAD? That's because I'm charging her in Canadian funds. Okay? All right, now then, I'm going to hit continue. Okay, now I set up a code for Allison where she's been a good customer, so I said to her, next order that you place, I'll give you $10, $10 off, provided it was a $100 order. So I type in my code, okay? I can only use one per customer. I'm going to hit continue, okay? So you'll see where this credit came up here, right there. So what's happened is that credit has reduced this retail profit by $10. Because basically you gave her $10 out of your retail profit, right?
Right.
Okay, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to say thanks, Allison, and I'm going to go continue. Okay, and now I want, see where this showed up down here? I've got the coupon here, okay? Now I want to make a payment. Okay, Brian?
This is from Nicole Katz. What would be the scenario in which we would use the customer order? Why would I not use it?
Do that.
But the customer doesn't go to BBS.
Yeah, the difference is that if you don't use the customer order type, the information will not be saved to your BBS. That's all. And so you would have to double enter. But you can do it either way. Okay? So I'm going to pay, you want me to do an overpayment on this one, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to charge Allison's card $300. And see her billing address here? Name on the card is Allison. I lost my train of thought for a minute there, so if I'm goofing up here, I'm sorry. I think this is what I was asked to do. Okay, there's her address, process. Come on, little guy. Okay, see, so there it was. This action will result in an overpayment. But I can say, okay, so you can do an overpayment here. I think that was the question. Action will result in an overpayment. Are you sure you want to proceed? And I say yes. and the transaction was approved. Would you like to add another payment to this order? And I'm going to say no. Would you like to finalize? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say yes. So there's the, okay, and here we do. So here's where I charged her Visa $300, and so $109 went into my e-wallet. You see, there's all the information.
Robin has a question.
Okay. All right, Robin. Robin Rosas-Renner?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
When you are doing a customer order and you said that little box is really important because it changes it from you paying with your third-party card system with your own card or customer card, but you just did that in that same scenario anyway.
I know.
Okay.
Because I wasn't paying attention.
Can we do it that way?
Oh, yeah, you can do it that way.
Because I have to say, I like the fact that I can see all of that information. I wasn't particularly fond of the fact that I had to go to my reports, go to my e-wallet to see what my profit was when you had that box unchecked. So when you check that box and then you say, I'm going to use my customer's card as an overpayment, it all shows up. All the information is there on the invoice for you.
If that's what you want to do.
Okay.
That's not what I would teach, but if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Any other questions?
Beth?
Beth? Beth, you have a question?
I do, yes. So when you use the customer coupon, it was supplied to the whole order. But let's say it was, for example, a Hostess, and we used the 35% discount on the Soraya only, and then a 20% discount, let's say, on the Pure Satisfaction, yet used her card for the whole order payment. So is there a way to differentiate different discounts on different products?
I'm thinking. Not in this system, not in this way, but and that's something that we're probably going to program into the party system, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Okay, so that if we offer discounts, then basically we need to run it through the third party in order to be able to charge the customer.
No, you can still charge her card what she owes, and then say you've got 5 different items, and you can give her 35% and her 20% and her 25% and all of that, and then if there's still a balance owing on the credit card or on the order, you would just apply that to your own personal credit card.
Okay.
I'm going to try to open up Carolyn Stewart.
Who?
Carolyn Stewart.
Okay, we're going to try opening Carolyn Stewart. We opened Carolyn, didn't we? Okay, Carolyn, can you hear us? I think she can hear us, but I don't think she can talk. Well, I know she can talk because I've heard her talk before, but I don't think she can talk on this system.
All right.
She might not have a microphone on her computer.
Yeah.
She says it's all connected. Okay. One of her questions is, if we have consultants that go inactive, will their customers roll up to us, or will their account information be deleted?
Their customers will roll up to you just the way they do right now.
And I have to get a clarification. So go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So there we have it right there. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's any other scenarios that you would like us to look at. This has been a lot of information to digest. Been on the phone for over an hour and a half, which I've been very happy to do with you guys, and I'd like to continue doing these on a regular basis. Each time we, my next The next thing we're going to work on, we're working on all these different parts of the system all at once. So we're going to do one where we're going to run through all the reports and show you how those work. We're going to do another one where we're going to run through the communication, how you would talk to your downline. We're going to do another one where we're going to talk about the BBS, so that we can actually, and I really do like having these interactive calls. I think they're really good, obviously. And then we're going to actually, Brian is going to work some magic. We're not 100% sure, but we think Brian can work this magic where, you know, after we do the call, pardon me, let me have a drink. Okay, after we do the call, then we'll be able to open up a little piece of the software or of the operating system where you could go in and play around and do something. Okay? So those are all things that we're looking at doing. We think we figured that one out, but we'll let you know, okay? So stay tuned. But in the meantime, I am going to go here. Huh?
Training Martin says, this is awesome training. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Brandy. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the order listing. Where'd it go? And I'm still learning all of these things.
Orders report.
It's going to go, oh, here we go, at the bottom. Orders report. See this list? See this down here? Okay. Ba-bum. Here is my orders listing. And this is one that we have customized and we have it ready for you now. And you'll notice that this is, you can run this all orders, you can run this my orders only, you can run this customer orders, or you can run event orders. But cool. This is what I'm calling, I refer to this, and you're going to hear me refer to this, as your bookkeeping report. Okay? Pardon me. And the reason that it's your bookkeeping report is, see, and these are all, and we're going to make these all into hyperlinks because they don't look like hyperlinks. I don't know why they do that. But here's your order number, your order date, your ship to. This is who it was shipped to, right? All the different orders that we've been shipping. These are all my orders. These are all the people that I've been placing orders to, right? So here's my retail. Here's my discount. Here's my subtotal. Here's all my non-commissionable items, and you all know those are tax write-offs, right? Mm-hmm. Here's all your shipping, which you know that's a tax write-off as well. Mm-hmm. Here's the sales taxes that you paid. So here's the amount that you the total amount that you paid, so you can always reconcile that with your credit cards and all that kind of stuff. If we charged you credit card fees, it will appear right here. And you can see the status of the order, that the order's been what we call posted, okay?
Will we be able to run this report for the entire year, not just like 30 days or 90 days or whatever the limitations are now, to make it easier for taxes?
Yes.
Yay.
You'll be able to run it for a full 12 months. You'll be able to run it for 24 months.
Awesome.
You'll be
and
able
we can
to
export
do
it in Excel.
And of course, it's all downloadable into your Excel spreadsheet.
Yay.
When you're paying your website fees, those will all appear on here. Your web fees will all appear. Anything that you pay to Passion Parties will be on this bookkeeping report. So you'll have, it will be, if you will, for all intents and purposes, a complete bookkeeping report for you, okay? And then at the bottom,
I'm sorry, Joanne, will that also include like paying registration for convention and things like that as well?
Yep.
Great.
Every single thing that you do with us will appear on here, okay?
Cool. Thanks.
And right now this isn't totaling us properly at the bottom, but we will have it so that it all totals up nice and neat for you, and you'll be able to see.
And it's an order ship. We haven't shipped any orders. It will show the tracking number under the status.
Okay, so it will. So see here.
But we haven't shipped.
We're not shipping out of this one, okay? But here, when you see it, it will show your tracking number, and that tracking number will be a clicky, be a hyperlink. I think no, none of these are. Yeah. So you will be able to see that, okay? So this will become a very, very important report in your life because you'll be able to reconcile everything. You'll be able to see what your total personal retail sales are, all that kind of stuff. So that's, you know, I'm just giving you a little sneak preview in here as to what some of the reports are that you're going to be looking at. Yes, Brian has a question. Pam?
Unmuted.
Pam?
Hi, Joanne. So you just sparked a question just looking at this page where it says discount code, and it's not, my question's not referring to that particular thing, but it made me think when we jumped into 2.0 before, we had the issue with the discount codes that somebody who wanted to use, you know, birthday, only one person could use that. Do we have any idea how the discount codes are going to work for everybody, or we're going to be able to do them like we do now where anyone can use the birthday code and it's specific to them?
No. It's the same thing that you had before. We are looking at it. I was going to have the programming done so that multiple people could use the same code. It was $20,000 to have that programming done. I'm not saying that I won't do it, but I am saying I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay.
But you're exactly right, and you'll have to figure out. You know, you can have birthday albums. You can do different things, you know, but there's just, for the time being, you can't do it. But I want to. It wasn't something that we didn't try and get done, but I sort of went, oh my goodness, dollars. But we will, you know, eventually we'll get that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Don't you love it? I'm honest with you guys. Whatever, you know, I mean, we'll do whatever we can.
Robin is awesome on the tracking number.
Who said that?
Robin.
Oh, thank you, Robin. Now, we're also migrating your current information over into the system so that you'll be able to see your past SDK bonus statements, different things like that. Your order history is going to be there. Brian, what all is we've migrated everything over, right?
Yes, order history, bonus statement, checking.
Have all been migrated over. The other thing that we're going to do is we are going to, because I know some of you have literally thousands of customers, so we will arrange so that we can do a mass migration of your customer information for you. You know, say you've got it in Constant Contact or with someplace else, so that we can help you get that all over into your BBS system if you want to use the BBS system. I know somebody like Sherry Weaver told me she has 7,000 customers. Well, obviously she doesn't want to sit there and enter 7,000 names into the system. So we're going to help her migrate that over, and we'll do that for everyone.
Awesome.
What other comments can I make to any other questions that you have, Azure?
What about all the people, all of our past customers, you know, maybe before the system, before they had a password, will one automatically be assigned to them? And if so, how do we tell them what it is?
I don't know the answer to that question. How does that work? Brian, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I don't know.
Okay.
We imported their current account information. If they have password on file, that's what they.
That's the password,
yeah.
So their password won't change.
Yeah, it will not change.
Okay.
But we'll work through that.
Yeah. These are all things, you know, every time we do a migration of data and information, it's like 20 hours because there's so much information that we're bringing over. So it's pretty massive, but, you know, and we we keep doing, and then you got to, then you get the lucky task of having to have to go through it all to make sure it came over correctly.
Right.
So it's, sorry, you opened up who, Brian? Robin wrote the surrender?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Joanne, I do want to tell you, I'm sure everybody agrees. Thank you so much for including all of the EDs in this training ahead of time. I really think it's going to make everything go so much smoother, and I really appreciate it. I just want to let you know. But also, when we go live this time, are all the functions going to be available, like the BBS and my calendar, or are we going to have lag time again, sort of, as things progress?
I believe it'll all be open. The BBS definitely will be available.
And I think we're gonna hold off on the calendar for another year or two.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh. He said that with such a straight face, I believed him.
Do we still have the launch date as January 1st, or is that
January 2nd?
Ooh. Okay.
We can't do January 1st because it's New Year's Day and I'm not here.
Okay. Fair enough.
So we will go January 2nd. But on January 2nd, we will be processing the orders that you placed on SDK, right? Because we'll be processing the December 31 orders, right? So then those will be shipped on the 2nd. And then on the 3rd, we're going to be doing inventory because that's what we do. So we have to get inventory. So we won't be shipping new system orders until the following Monday.
Okay.
Okay. But that's the timeline that we're laying out right now.
Great.
Now the training and the training that you guys have coming up for the other features as you guys are going through them, or the people who couldn't be here today, was this recorded for them so they could watch it later? And then if we end up missing one of the other ones, will it be recorded for us so we could watch it later? How does that work?
Did we record this? We recorded it, but they don't see the screen, do they?
They see everything.
Oh, they see everything. So Brian says, yes, we did. Oh, I'm so glad I showered this morning. No. No, okay. Yes, we did record it. And you know what? We're going to do a couple more of these live because I really think it's important to be able to chat with you guys.
Yeah.
And ask questions. I just think it's great. And I really, really want to thank you, Azure, for being my point person, for being you did a great job. You asked some great questions that I'm sure a lot of people who are on the call wanted to ask as well. So that you helped us a lot that way. And, we'll just keep doing these. I'm going to do a couple in the evening. I'm going to do, I've done 4 of them so far with the EDC and the MDC.
Okay.
And now this one, and then Brian, we'll keep doing them. Some of them, like this was a Saturday morning, some girls complained that we didn't give them enough notice. So, we'll do them in the evening. We'll do them all different times so that but I think it's really important that you're able to ask questions.
Right.
And talk to us, and but they will be recorded as well.
Well, thanks again for that. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and thank you everybody who's on the call. How many girls do we have on the call, B?
54.
We have 54 girls on the call, so I really want to thank you for that, you guys. And oops, somebody's got their hand up.
Nicole Katz, I have her phone line open.
Okay, so Nicole Katz, is she open? Nicole, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Hi, Joanne. I just actually had a question about the main order screen, and this is like from way before, but I just wanted to know if there's any way that we could possibly see the shipping on the main order screen, because especially when doing inventory orders, I say, okay, this is how much money I have to work with, to get my inventory built up. So if we were able to see the total amount that was due on that main screen, it would be really helpful.
Yeah, you know what? It's right now. I'm going to be very honest with you. I can't change it now.
Okay.
But it's something that we'll put on the table, you know, for perhaps an improvement down the track. But right now, I can't reverse that. The only thing that you can do is edit your orders.
Okay.
Let me open Doreen Gregory.
Okay, Doreen. Thanks, Nicole. Doreen Gregory, you're there? Hello, Doreen. Oh, she must not have a mic. Doreen?
All right. Currently, when we run a downline report, after having gone into my account, the report will default back to the basic one, and we have to re-tick boxes back to our favorites. Is there any way we can set up our perfect default that it will set back to?
Actually, Doreen, thank you for asking that question, but I'm not going to go into all the reports right now because that is going to be a time, a training all of its own. So I'm not going to, as I said at the beginning of this call, this is a topic-specific call. We were talking about ordering only. And as much as I'd like to go off, that's the reason why I have to keep them topic-specific, because next thing I know, we're all over the map and everybody's confused. So we will talk about orders down the track, or we will talk about reports down the track. But I think you'll be happy with what you see, what we've done. That's it? Okay,
I'm excited.
I'm excited too, Azure, and we're working our way through it. And thank you so much, you guys. We'll do another one. I don't know if we just want to do these Saturday morning for the next several Saturday mornings. I don't know. I'll keep you posted, though. I'll keep you posted on the connection as well. I'm sure you're all members of my ED connection group. And as different things come up. And you know what? Every time, here's the deal. Every time I do one of these, I learn something new myself. You know, or I try something that I've never tried before. So, we go round and round trying to break it and try and do things that, you know, will this work? And because there's obviously it's hard to know every single nuance of the system. Brian almost does. Brian is pretty amazing when he does it. But we are looking forward to this new system. It does give us some more flexibility. It's not going to be, we're not going to have every single solitary thing that we had in SDK, but you're also going to find a number of things that we do have that we didn't have before. For example, you can use your back button. For example, you can run reports for 12-month periods, different things like that. So, there's some trade-offs, and I'm fully aware of that. Yes, Brian?
Beverly Green.
Bev Green?
Hi, Joanne. Before you go, real quick, what's the planned rollout for the rest of the field?
What do you mean by that? You mean?
Well, I know you're doing the webinars with the EDCs, MDCs, and the EDs, but as far as everyone else is concerned, is it on us to make sure that they're fully trained? And if so, we're waiting till January 2nd because then we can't have access to the office, to the back office, to show them the information.
We're going to, there's going to be a combination of a lot of different things. I am going to start, first of all, Aqua and I will be traveling, so we're going to be doing some live meetings. There's going to be video tutorials in the PassionNet that people can read. There's going to be written tutorials that people can download, print off, and follow step by step by step. They will have pictures as well. So there's going, and we are going to depend on you guys as well to help your teams. And the one thing, the really great thing about the executive director group, you guys, you teach each other, and you're amazing at doing it. And of all the connection groups, I enjoy the ED group immensely because you're so good at teaching one another and helping one another, and you're so solution oriented, which I just really, really appreciate that about you guys. So that's, I don't know, does that answer your question, Bev?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am, it did. Thank
so
you.
it's going to be, you know what, it's going to be, we're going to hit as many different learning styles as we can possibly hit. Plus, I will tell you, we are going to have the internal office staff here in Las Vegas and in Canada working extended hours. We'll be open till 7 o'clock every night for those first couple of weeks. We're going to be here on Saturday as well. So you know, we're trying to hit everything.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, so other than that, so Bri, what do you think? Did we do it all? Aqua was here with me as well. She's been taking notes. So the three of us, you know, the little will be the Saturday coffee clutch, you guys. We all get together on Saturday morning and talk to our EDs. So this is great. So anyway, thank you so much, and thank you again, Aqua, for Aqua. Thank you again, Azure, for being my eyes and my ears and asking the questions, and this is all great. So
thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll be back in touch. Okay?
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.